Hey guys, Paddle Femin here with Bowsite.com, and it is cold, and it is February, and it's still bow season here in Ohio. One of my favorite times to hunt, probably the best time to hunt, but you got to be able to suck it up and deal with it. So clothing becomes more important than ever. So for this particular time of year, I switched to the brand new Sitka Aerolite system. This particular one is the jacket and the bibs. As soon as I opened it up and took it out of the box and looked at it, I was like, oh man, I was skeptical. I mean, this stuff was super light. I mean, like wicked light. But I put it on and I went outside and I shot my bow, and I noticed two things. First is I was warming up really fast. That's the first thing. The second thing is I had complete free range of movement. It was just awesome how much you can move and stay warm. So I mean, two wonderful things. But that was while I was moving. So the big test was going to be, what was going to happen on the next couple days when I was actually going to be bow hunting. The first day, it was probably around 9 or 10 degrees with a pretty brisk wind. It was snowing off and on. It was overcast. It was cold. The first doe came by to give me a shot, and I drew back. It was cold, but I was comfortable, and I had settled my pin in, no problem, and took my first doe. Perfect shot. First week of February in Ohio, wicked cold. So then the next day, waited about an hour and a half. On that day, 2 deer came in, made a beautiful shot, and got my second doe tag and final doe tag film. And that took me 2 days in the brutal cold under, some pretty harsh conditions. And this stuff performed wonderfully. I was really impressed with this. Now, let me tell you about the only problem I had with the incinerator bib and jacket, and that is it is too damn warm for moving around. If you have to do any significant hike to your tree stand, if you have to do, like if you got one on the ground and you got to drag it out, man, you are going to be boiling in this thing. They built these compression straps into the jacket and the bibs themselves. So you just take it out, roll the bibs up first, pull the compression strap, and you're done. Then you do the jacket, fold the jacket up, roll it up nice and tight, pull the compression strap, and then you either throw those in your pack or lash them to the outside of the pack like what I did, and then you just walk to your tree stand when you're dressed down. When you get to the tree stand, you put it all up. Now, the other thing you can do too is you can vent this stuff pretty well. So the zipper, you can unzip your jacket, which everybody would do, but it's still pretty warm with that. I'd probably err on taking the jacket off most of the times. On the bibs though, it's a little bit less easy to do that, so you can zip the entire thing right down the leg from the top to the bottom and then just climb out of it. It's super easy. The jacket itself has an integrated yet removable hood. It has internal cuffs that seal in heat, a zipper chest and pockets for your hands, rangefinder, and grunt tube so you can access your essentials while you're up in the tree at any time. Finally, the jacket is cut, and this is something I mentioned before, it is cut for total freedom of movement, whether you're climbing up a tree stand using climbing sticks, whether you're using a climbing tree stand, drawing your bow, shooting a rifle, whatever you happen to be doing, this thing just has complete freedom of movement, no restriction whatsoever. It's been cut and designed that way. Now, one point I'd like to make is that when it comes to winter gear, I always go a size up. So I normally take a large. So on this one, I bought an extra large. I don't think you should do that. I think you should stick with your standard size. So that means if you normally take a large, get a Sitka Aerolite in large as well. The incinerator shell is made of Gore-Tex 2-layer fabric with a quiet brushed polyester face so it stays dry in heavy rains and wet snow. Synthetic Primaloft Gold insulation with cross-core technology replicates the warmth and compressibility of down, but with the benefit of warm when wet performance. If you guys don't know what any of that stuff means, don't feel bad, because neither do I. So who cares? I don't care what they did or what it is. It just works. It is super warm. It is super light, and it's super movable. So it's the technology is just awesome. For the reality, okay? There's no way to sugarcoat this. This stuff is expensive. The jacket is about $650 and the bibs are about $650. So you're looking at $1,300 for the system. Now that's list price. You might be able to find it on sale or find some specials, but it is salty for this stuff. And listen, you know, not everybody can afford it. I get that. That's a really tough nut. But if you hunt the winter like I do, and you're a hardcore hunter like I am, you know, what price do you put on comfort, flexibility, convenience, you know, ability to pack the stuff into a little tight ball the size of a basketball or a football? I mean, that just, to me, is worth the money. I was very impressed with Sitka's new Incinerator Aerolite system. It kept me warm under brutal cold conditions without the typical bulk and weight we've suffered with in the past. You can check them out at a Sitka dealer, or you can learn more about them at SitkaGear.com. And as usual, thanks for watching this review. Hope you found it interesting, and thanks for visiting Bowsite.com. Have a safe and happy bow hunting season.